So today I'm going to be making hot cross buns. Okay, so I'm going to be using the last of my spell and the tangerine. Okay, so I'm going to be using this bit, this. This is lemon zest and nutmeg. But I'll talk you through the rest of the ingredients as we go. I'm kind of adjusting a recipe because that's what I do. So I generally just adjust things to what I've got in my cupboard. So instead of raisins and currants, I've got sultanas and cranberries. So, and this is going to be a gluten-free, vegan, sugar-free recipe. Okay, let's do it. So in tablespoons, that is 16 tablespoons of flour. So 1, 2, 3, rather than let you watch me count. So that's 16 or 2.5, 16 tablespoons or 2.5 cups or 370 grams of gluten-free flour. So then we want the baking powder. So I'm using gluten-free baking powder. So so if that's been put in, so now we're going to put the nutmeg and cinnamon. So that's the nutmeg. And then we'll put the cinnamon in. So we want 3/4 teaspoon. There we go. 3/4 teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of salt. Half a teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, but I'm not using sugar, I'm using stevia. Just to work out how many tablespoons this is. So that's 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, 4 of sweetener. Okay, and then I'm just going to mix them together. Okay, so the yeast is kind of doing its thing. We've got the vegan egg here, so this is going to go in next. And then we're going to put in the apple cider vinegar. So we're going to put half a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in. So I've added the orange and lemon zest into there, and now we're going to add that all into the dry ingredients. Right, now we've got to add the sultanas and cranberries. So I'm just going to add whatever cranberries I've got there. So 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, and then just mix them so it's distributed throughout the dough. Okay, so I think that's equally distributed throughout the dough. Okay. And then we've got to this doesn't feel right. Like the texture of this should be a little bit more gloopy. We might need a bit more flour. So this is what they look like when they came out. I put them all into one big pan. So they're kind of more square than round, but I'm just going to make the icing to do the cross, and then I'm going to try one. Okay, so they're now cool to the touch. We're going to put the glaze on. I don't have apricot, so I'm just doing what I've got, which is strawberry. I don't have a brush either, so I'm literally going to spoon it on like this. I don't think it really matters whether it's apricot or strawberry. It just gives it that sticky glaze. Free jam as well. Okay, I think that's about as good as it gets. So I'm going to let them dry and completely cool, and then I'm going to put the cross this on with the icing.